Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Blackman. Today is May 23rd, 2025, and this is my week 7 assignment for FTT 122. So for part 1, we're going to be disassembling a 9mm dummy round. So just real quick, there's no live ammo or anything. This is just the dummy round that y'all sent us. And because it's a dummy cartridge, we'll also be describing which components we're missing. If it were a live round, we are disassembling. Then I'm going to articulate how those missing components would be removed. So first, put the collet this way into the cap, screw it onto the hammer here, like this. And then finally we're going to push the 9mm dummy round to the collet right here. Oh, a little far. You can actually do it outside too. So just like that, and we can set that there, and then screw the cap on. And just make sure it's seated all the way. And then in order to remove the projectile from the case, we have to strike the hammer on a hard surface. I'm going to use my table here. So, as you can see, right there, the projectile has come out of the case. Now we can take this apart. So now, if this was a live round, it would have a primer. As you can see, the primer pocket is empty here. To remove this, you could take the cartridge apart the same way and then simply put the case with primer into a firearm and then fire the primer. And in a live round, you also have powder. So here in the hammer, there would be your powder and your projectile. And you just pour the powder in the projectile into the pan here. And make sure it's all out. And you probably want to go ahead and make sure all of it's out of the case too. For part 2, I'll be measuring the projectile length, the projectile diameter, as well as the case diameter, such as the rim, head, and body. Because we're using a 9mm dummy round, we won't be measuring shoulder and neck since the casing does not have one. So, I'll just set out of the way, get our projectile here, our case here, collet over there, this can all go over there. So, first we'll be measuring, I guess we'll do the projectile first. So using the micrometer here, we're going to measure the projectile length. So, get this screwed out some more. Which looks like it's 554. So it looks like the projectile length is 0.554. Now we can get the projectile diameter. Hard to do with the pin in the hand. Screw this way in there. And the projectile diameter looks to be 3. Okay, looks like 350. 5. So that looks to be 355, so 0.355. Now that we have the projectile measured, we can go ahead and measure the case. First we'll do the rim. Make sure I don't get confused. All right, so the case, the rim looks to be 300, 80, 5. So 0.385 for the rim. Now the head. Looks like it would be 375. Okay, so that looks like it would be 394. So it looks like the head is 0.394. And lastly, we can do the body here. Which looks to be 0.392. So the body appears to be 3.92. Now, for the third part, we were asked to draw a scale copy of the cartridge and components. So we're going to draw a quick, it's probably not going to be the best, but I'll do the best I can. It'll do the job. So kind of use the cartridge here to kind of trace as best as I can. Let's do and a little longer. So that's probably a little too fat, but for what we're doing, it'll be fine. So then we'll draw a line here just to signify it's empty. And we'll draw our projectile separate right here. That'll be our projectile. So our projectile diameter was 0.355. Our projectile length was 0.554, and then our case, our rim, our head, stuck through the page there, and then body. So the body was 0.392, head was 0.394, and then rim was 0.385. So there's that. My drawing right there with all our measurements. And then lastly, for part 4, we were asked to show the proper way to get the weight of a projectile using the scale we were provided. So right here I have our digital scale that we were provided from SDI. Just open it up real quick. And then turn it on, it'll zero out. Just to double check and make sure, we can change it over to grams. And they sent us this, I believe it's a 100 gram weight. It's like on here something. Yep, 100 gram weight. Go ahead and plop that on. Make sure it's reading right. Take my arms off the table. That sometimes messes with it. Yep, right at 100 grams. So we can change it back over to grains. We can measure it in grams as well, but let's see. And the projectile is 100. All right, we'll call it 115.1 grains. Or we could we could do 7.46 grams. 7.46 grams. All right. And that's how to properly measure it. Again, this is my week 7 assignment for FTT 122. My name is Matthew Blackman. Today is May 23rd, 2025. Thank you for watching.